Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode. At the end of every school year, Hogwarts sends the kids back home for Christmas. They do it at school in every single country. They do it at Hogwarts. They give the kids a rest because you know what? We need rest. And this is a really important topic because when it comes to dieting, you can't diet for a year straight. You can't diet for 5, 6, 7 months straight because you're constantly putting your body in a stressful period. And if you're constantly stressing your body over time, it's going to fight back. That's when you're going to see weight loss plateaus. That's when you're going to see strength stalls. That's when you're going to binge eat more and more. Like there's going to be those rebounds where on the weekend you keep messing up. I mean, for the first 12, 13, 14 weeks, you're doing good. You're achieving, you're staying on track. You're staying motivated. You're staying on track again. And but then all of a sudden you give in here. You give in there. Like a little nibble comes in here. A little nibble comes in there. And then you get stuck in this psychological route of feeling like you're dieting, but you're not seeing any results. And this is because your metabolism adjusts and you slow down, like your body actually slows down burning calories. You reduce your NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which means you actually move slower. So speaking of that, I'm on my 3-day fast at the moment while I'm doing this, and I've just noticed I walk slower, I'm talking slower, it's taking me longer to process things, I'm not as energetic. My body's trying to conserve calories. And this is only a 3-day fast, right? So you've got to think about this. When you're in a prolonged calorie deficit for long periods of time, your body's going to go into that mode where it just wants to move slower. You probably sit. I usually do my video standing. I just want to sit at the moment. All these things start to accumulate over time and you start to burn less and less and less calories. And that's why it feels like your weight loss just stalls. You don't see any results. And it feels like you're going through this eat good during the week, maybe even on Saturday, and then you have a binge on Sunday. And then you try and get back on track and you're mentally fighting yourself over and over and over again. And it gets tiring and it gets hard and then you stop seeing results and then you get frustrated. And this is where most people quit. But you aren't going to quit because I'm going to tell you what you need. You need to stop dieting. You need to have a diet break. You need to have a rest period. This is why Hogwarts sends the kids home at lunch at Christmas time so they can re-energize, refresh, and come back focused for the next year. And you need to do the same thing too. You need to set yourself a goal to diet for 12 to 16 weeks. You focus on being in a calorie deficit. You neglect all your trigger foods and all that stuff. You can still follow the 80-20 approach, but you focus on being in that calorie deficit for a certain period of time. And then after that 12 to 16 weeks of hardcore focus and getting in there, you go back to what's called maintenance. And in maintenance period, you don't lose weight, you don't gain weight, you maintain your current weight where you are. So if you've lost 5 kilos, then you want to maintain, if you're 75 kilos and you've lost to 70 kilos, then you stay at maintenance for 3 to 6 weeks to let your body find that new set point to stay at 70 kilos, and then you do the next set of dieting. Because what this does, Number one, it's going to increase your metabolism again, because when you go back to maintenance calories, you're eating a little bit more calories, right? Which means you get to have some more energy, which means you get to have some more fun, which means you get to relax more. And it's just telling the body, hey, you're not scarcity anymore. Like, we're not in scarcity mode anymore. We can move a little bit more. We can be more energetic. We can, like the body's saying, oh, this is a safe time. I can start burning and ramping up my metabolism again. And so this is why you need to have breaks in your diet. I didn't know this for a long time until I started studying more about it, because I honestly, like when I was younger, I was just in this constant like trying to diet and losing weight and then gaining weight and then losing weight. Like, it wasn't a lot, but it was like, the same 4 or 5 kilos on and off, on and off, on and off. And it's because I was trying to do it for such a prolonged period of time, when in all honesty, you've got to take that time to kind of just step back, breathe, chill out, be happy with what you've accomplished, take time to rest, and then refocus. And around Christmas time, it's what I told a lot of my clients to do. I said, hey, for the next month of Christmas, you're going to maintain your weight. You're not going to try and lose weight. You're not going to try and, eat like shit all the time. You're going to go to maintenance calories, so they all got an extra 250 to 300 calories a day, and they got to relax. But you know what the best thing was? In that time of relaxation, in that time of partying, especially around Christmas time, they were so excited to start back in January and get back into that weight loss phase and start crushing goals. And actually, a couple of my clients lost weight during the maintenance phase. They increased their calories, but because their body stopped stressing less, because they realized they had more calories, because they were moving more and more energetic, because they had more calories and they just felt better and their metabolism sped up, they actually lost more weight, which is fucking awesome. And that's just the thing. That's just the thing. When you start to tell your body that, hey, we're no longer in a scarcity mode and you're not trying to burn it out, burning the candle 24/7, training, deficit, every single day for like 12 weeks is a long time. 3 months is a bloody long time. And 4 weeks is even longer. And a year is ridiculous. And you're constantly putting your body in the stress mode. And if you're constantly doing that, like, the body's going to rebel at some point. And like I said, your NEAT reduces. Your BMR reduces because you also weigh less. You have less energy. You want to do less stuff. And then you start binging. Then you start missing out. Then you start going out and you start just thinking, is it really worth it? And to be honest, it is worth it. But it's just going to be a long-term play like we talked about. So you need to have rest periods in your diet. Now, how do you get to maintenance calories? Well, I'm going to tell you in a second after I have this last sip of my apple cider vinegar. Okay, so get into maintenance. Wherever you are at the moment, if you've lost 5 kilos and you're eating, let's say, 1,800 calories, then you want to increase what you're eating at the moment by 10 to 15%. Just like we figured out how to be in a deficit, now you're going to increase it, okay? So if you're currently eating 1,800 calories, increase to 2,000 calories, and then see how you go. And if your weight stabilizes, cool, add another 100 calories in. You want to keep adding more calories in until you find a point where your weight starts to go up a little bit. When you get that, you reduce it by 100 calories. So when you find your maintenance, you're going to be eating more calories than you're used to, and you're going to be able to stabilize your weight. And when you find that, you're going to be so mentally relieved that you can just have that certain period of time where you can go out with some friends for drinks on the weekend, where you can have a little bit more cheat food in your diet, where you can just start to relax a little bit more. And then when you start to relax, you reduce stress. And when you reduce stress, you drop water. And when you reduce stress, your metabolism increases. And when you reduce stress, you don't overeat as much. And all these little things add up, right? And you don't think about it. You don't think about, oh, well, we don't think about how much stress our body actually goes under when we're doing dieting. But when you take away all that stress and you take away that mental fuck of like Monday to Friday you're in diet mode, and then Saturday and Sunday you mess up and you're constantly fighting yourself. When you take that away and you say, I'm going to break for a month, for 6 weeks, and you just focus on eating the same amount of calories every single day, you have a little bit more fun food, you're more relaxed, you don't feel like you're dieting. It just, when you get back to the next dieting period, you're going to be so much more energized, you're going to be so much more focused, you're going to be so much more relieved that you can get back into it, because you just need that break. And I didn't think about this. I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think you just go as hard as you can. But honestly, it doesn't work like that. Like, over time, learning from experts and teaching me that, I'm like, oh yeah. And then you start to think about it. Everything has like, ooh, a flash went in my ear. Everything has like a up and down period, a push and pull period, go hard and rest period. Like, a sprinter can't sprint forever. A runner can't run forever. Like, you've got to think about, like, you can't do everything until you burn yourself out on both ends. So before you get to that burnout, before you get to that struggle, before you get to that point where you just feel like giving up, give yourself that little bit of a break, okay? So 12 to 16 weeks go hard, be dedicated, do exactly what you've got to do. After the 12 to 16 weeks, have that break, 4, 6, 8 weeks, whatever you need to readjust your mindset, to reduce your stress, to get you right on track again. And then once that happens, then you go back in the next period of dieting phases. And if you go like diet, maintenance, diet, maintenance, diet, maintenance, like we talked about before, building up those long-term habits, doing what you've got to do on a daily basis, and just playing the long-term game, you're going to be able to result in achieving the goals you succeed. Because most people, they diet really, really hard, they go fucking hard, they get burnt out by the end, they achieve their goal, let's say they achieve their goal, and then what happens? They reward themselves, they treat themselves, they eat all this shitty food, and all of a sudden, the scale has come down, starts going straight back up, and that's why you see people lose loads of weight and come back up, lose loads of weight again and come back up. And I was losing that fat, saying 5 or 6, 5 or 6, 5 or 6, just because like you were just in a constant period of like you were dieting, but you weren't really dieting type of thing, and it just messes you up in the long run. Okay, so if Hogwarts can send their students home for Christmas and have a rest, you can take time for rest on your diet every 12 to 16 weeks. Just have that rest for a month to 6 weeks, and then get back on track. Cool. Now, these are the 6 lessons that Harry's taught us so far. We're going to be talking about the final lesson on the last video in the next one. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below, ask me questions, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. So now you've listened all the way to the end. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is you've got 2 different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're gonna help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.